Hey guys, Moms Against Medical Bullying. So I just wanted to talk about something random. I've been watching this show called Mr. Mercedes, and watching this show reminded me that, medicine and law are so philosophical in nature. Like, they both could be factual and concrete in ways, but when it comes to the foundations in these in law and medicine, I feel like they're very philosophical in nature, because you can see that something exists, like okay, let's take a criminal, right? Like, you can see that somebody's doing bad things, that they're acting as a criminal, that they're hurting others or killing other people, right? And all that. But can you say, right, the whole nature versus nurture argument, can you say why is that person? And I feel like the nature of medicine and science especially is to try to figure out why things happen, right? And I think that that's where we can get very philosophical. So in the show, the question comes up, is it okay to experiment on criminals that are in comas for the greater good? And it just highlighted the greed of the pharmaceutical industry and the corruption, because it was a drug. In the show, the criminal was in a coma, and the girl who represented this pharmaceutical company just didn't care about anything, just about making sure that this guy got the drug, because they wanted to test it out, because she was representing this company that really wanted to push their drug through in the States. But she knew that their trials had shown some really bad side effects. But, nevertheless, they wanted to continue to experiment with it and work it and tweak it. So, yeah, is it okay to experiment on criminals? What would you guys say to that? I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air about it, because I know that I know pharmaceuticals come with a price, and they're not miracle cures. Like, the show is trying to make it like it was some type of miracle. It's not a miracle. It comes with a big price to pay. Either it's going to be a side effect, or you're going to be on this drug for the rest of your life. You're just going to be dependent on it in order to be functional. You can never come off of it, and it might even damage a part of your body. Maybe your liver or something. So no pharmaceutical comes without a price to pay. That's what I think. As far as experimenting on criminals, I'm just not sure. That's a difficult one. But anyways, the second thing was that, so in the show, the guy was trying to claim that who he was before was different than who he is now, because they gave him this drug, and they also did some type of brain surgery on him. And now he's able to feel remorse and regret, and he's just not the same person as he was before, saying like, essentially, in the way he is right now, he would never commit those heinous crimes that he did before this miracle drug cure, right? So the court was deciding whether or not that they should even have a trial, whether or not they should even try him, being that he's not this man anymore. It was really crazy. And then so that begs the question, how do they prove that, right? If a person says, I'm on this drug and I'm not who I was before, like, I would never do those things now, how would they go about proving that? By looking at the physical brain? And then that would bring us to another philosophical question of, is the mind in the brain, is who we are in this physical brain right here, is that the seat of the mind in the actual physical brain? Are they saying that by manipulating parts of the physical brain that you can change who a person is a person's whole character in their brain? Or, you know, if this guy, Brady Hartfield was his name in the movie, if he had grown up in a different environment, would he have turned out to be a different person? So then that would mean that it's not just the physical brain that would determine who a person is and their outcome. So that's a big can of worms. And I think in the show that they were trying to prove it maybe physically by his actual brain. But where's the evidence that who a person is in their actual physical brain? I think I heard Dr. Cowan talk about that, but, or maybe like our brain is the computer that, so we have who we are as a person, but that is allowed to come out, our essence is allowed to come out because of the processes of our brain and our, you know, everything in us that works in order to bring forth who we are on the inside, our souls, if you will. Yeah. What else? And I guess that could even touch on, you know, the thing about, you know, psychotropic pharmaceuticals and stuff, you know, or SSRIs, you know, saying that it's the chemicals in the brain, the actual physical things that are causing your, you know, emotional, or the way that you're manifesting. Manifesting, I like that word. So essentially, I mean, yeah, I kind of think that our brains and our physical bodies are there so that we can manifest who we are. And I think both play a role. I think it's nature and nurture, both of them. Not necessarily nature versus nurture. I think it's both. So anyways, those are just my general thoughts on those topics. And I just wanted to talk about it because sometimes when I watch shows, it just makes me think deeply about some things. And I feel like this show brought forth a lot of deep questions and thoughts. A lot of philosophical arguments that probably people can go back and forth on forever. It was funny in the show, the woman who represented the pharmaceutical company, she was a pharma rep, but her husband was an actual surgeon, and she got him to administer the drugs for her. And when she went on, when all this came out, and they found out that they were giving this guy, the criminal, this drugs. So what happened was the criminal ended up actually waking up from his coma and leaving the hospital. And he made a deal. The criminal made a deal with the surgeon and the wife, the pharma rep, and said, I will plead, you know, I will confess to these crimes if you guys keep me alive, because they had told him that he needed the drug to stay alive. In a few days he would just die without it. So he said, I'll confess if you guys try to, you know, basically they did a publicity stunt where they went on major networks and shows saying that, you know, they need to keep him alive in a hospital so that they can keep working on this drug so that they can provide cures for the world, right? People with Alzheimer's and whatever brain diseases that they probably cause anyway with their other pharmaceuticals. So anyways, she said that they showed her saying on one TV show that, oh no, she said to her husband, actually, excuse me, because he was freaking out thinking that he's going to lose his medical license and everything like that. His life is over. And she was like, no, to the contrary, you know, in a utilitarian world, like, you're going to be seen as the greatest hero ever. Right. So utilitarianism, I just looked it up because I needed a good definition. It's the doctrine, right? I would say the philosophical belief that actions are right if they are useful or for the benefit of a majority. The doctrine that an action is right insofar as it promotes happiness, and that the greatest happiness of the greatest number should be the guiding principle of conduct. So yeah, they claimed utilitarianism on the whole. You know, should we try this potentially miracle drug on this criminal who's in a coma, right? He can't give consent, yay or nay. Come on, like, let's do it, you know? Oh, goodness. But yeah, I'm stumped. But like I said, I don't think anything from pharma is miracle. I think it all comes with a price. And, you know, I guess if it comes with a price, then consent probably does need to be the, you know, up first and foremost, because it's not just going to be a miracle cure, you know? Does it give them the right to further damage a person's life just because they're a criminal? I mean, yeah, like, where does that road lead down, right? So yeah, now that I rethink it, and, you know, no drug is a miracle drug. Every drug comes with its cons. And yeah, we need consent for that. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at with that. But yeah, I mean, pharma seems so prideful and so full of themselves that, you know, they would spin it that way. But I mean, the truth of the matter is, so many lives, why do so many lives need to be saved? Do you know what I mean? I think there is a deeper question to be had or asked there. Why do so many lives need to be saved? Because they're killing us anyways. They're the ones killing us, and then they're the ones trying to provide miracle solutions to their, you know, to their shots that harm people from the day that they're born. So, yeah. Very deep questions. Anyways, thanks for watching. And I definitely recommend this show. It's a really good show. Really good. If you're into, like, mystery and crime, stuff like that. All right, everyone, take care.